Your Excellency, honorable ministers, representatives of all ministries and companies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon. It is my great pleasure today to join you all here at the commissioning ceremony of 16 enterprises who decide to establish homes in the Mambali Industrial Park. On behalf of the Chinese Embassy in Uganda, I wish to extend my warm greetings to all the investors and the Tiantan Group. Your decision to invest in Uganda casts a vote of confidence on the Mambali Industrial Park. Most important, it is a vote of confidence on Uganda and on China-Uganda relations. Your Excellency, by gracing this occasion, you have shown the great importance attached to the industrialization of Uganda and a role of Chinese enterprises playing in the Uganda industrialization effort. Thank you, Your Excellency, and your government for your unremitting efforts to creating an enabling business environment for all investors in Uganda. We will continue to encourage more Chinese investors to come to Uganda to participate in a social and economic development. Your Excellency, China and Uganda have forged unbreakable fraternity through our struggle against imperialism and colonialism, and have embarked on a distinct path of cooperation in our journey toward development and revitalization. In recent years, under the strong guidance of Chinese President Xi Jinping and Your Excellency, our bilateral relations have been elevated to a level of comprehensive cooperative partnership, which has grown from strength to strength and reached the best time in the history. Our political mutual trust has been enhanced greatly. Pragmatic cooperation has been fruitful, and mutual support on issues of core interests has been enhanced like never before. Your Excellency, 10 years ago, our President Xi Jinping proposed the Belt Road Initiative. This year is also the 10th year since President Xi Jinping put forth the concept, the principles of sincerity, real results, amity, and good faith, and of pursuing the great good and shared interest for China's relations with Africa. China has provided a large amount of development assistance to African countries and helped build more than 6,000 kilometers of railway, over 6,000 kilometers of highway, and 80+ large power facilities on the African continent, including Uganda. Under the BRI initiative, the economic cooperation between China and Uganda has withstood the test of uncertain factors against the backdrop of pandemic era and showed a great momentum of steady progress. While the industrial parks invested by Chinese enterprises here are certainly the highlight of China-Uganda cooperations, our cooperations are all-rounded and covers various areas. Currently, China and Uganda are working together to implement the 9 programs announced by President Xi Jinping at the latest FOCAC ministerial meeting, which covers 9 areas of cooperation. I wish to let Your Excellency know that with the joint effort between the Chinese Embassy and the relevant ministries in Uganda, all the projects identified in the 9 programs have been commissioned. In terms of trade, In the year 2022, the bilateral trade volume rose by 6.6%, reaching $1.13 billion. This is an increase for 5 consecutive years. We witnessed an upgrading of the level of trade facilitation. Last December, China granted zero tariff treatment to 98 taxable items exported from Uganda. In May 2021, China-Uganda signed the AOE Mutual Recognition Arrangement, which was officially implemented on the first day of June of this year. Since then, the AEO, the authorized economic operators of the two countries, will enjoy preferential policies in terms of document review, goods inspection, etc., which will greatly facilitate the customs clearance of goods between the two countries. In terms of investment, China's direct investment in Uganda reached $131 million in the year 2022, ranking number 10th among all African countries. In the field of agriculture, just name a few examples. This week, 9 experts have arrived in Uganda to conduct the feasibility study of mushroom technology and bamboo industry, which aims to introduce Chinese technology for mushroom and bamboo farmers in Uganda to increase output, expand production, and add value to their products. China has conducted fruitful and long-term cooperation with Uganda. We're under the China FAO Uganda South-to-South Cooperation Framework. In the 1970s, China introduced the rice technology to the farmers in Butaleja region of Uganda. The current third phase, which is being implemented with a budget of $2.39 million, will directly benefit more than 9,600 local farmers, including over 3,000 women, and will train over 200 Ugandan technical officials. In the field of health, the year 2023 marks the 60th anniversary of China's dispatching the medical team to Africa, and the 40th anniversary of China's dispatching the medical team to Uganda. The 22nd group of Chinese medical teams in Uganda is currently working in China-Uganda Friendship Hospital. The hospital was built in 2012 as a symbol of the bilateral friendship, and Chinese government agrees to further finance its renovation and expansion to improve the medical conditions of the local people. The Chinese expert team has just completed the feasibility study on the renovation and expansion projects of China-Uganda Friendship Hospital. In terms of infrastructure, financial support from China does not attach any political strings, nor has any hidden agenda. It has provided a new, reliable alternative for Uganda to invest its infrastructure. And Chinese companies have participated in the construction of flagship infrastructures. Many of them are already in operation and has brought concrete benefits to the public and sustainable economic income. In the capacity building field, since 26 the year, over 6,000 Ugandans have attended China-aided training courses and seminars. For the last few years, the Chinese government has sponsored hundreds of Ugandan students to study in China for diplomas through Chinese government scholarships and other scholarship programs. Your Excellency, the 20th National Congress of CPC last October in Beijing drew up a grand blueprint for building China into a great modern socialist country in all respects and advancing rejuvenation of the Chinese nation on all fronts through a Chinese path to modernization. Chinese economy has strong resilience, tremendous potential, and great vitality. The fundamentals sustaining China's long term will remain unchanged. China will remain an important opportunity for the world's development. Development is a common aspiration of all countries. It is an inalienable right of all countries, not a privilege reserved for a few. We all choose our development paths independently, jointly defend our right to development, and march in tandem toward modernization. China has always been a member of the big family of developing countries. Facts have proved China is a reliable and strong development partner of Uganda. Our cooperations are all around and of mutual benefit. China will always respect the independent exploration of development paths according to its own conditions of Uganda. We support Uganda in hosting the Summit Conference of Heads of State and Government of the Non-Aligned Movement and the Group 77 plus China Summit. We support Uganda to continuously play its bigger role in regional and international affairs. Development in Uganda is of great potentiality. Cooperation between China and Uganda in the development field has no limits. We are good brothers, good partners on a path to modernization. I thank you all, Your Excellency.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency Zhang Lizhong.